So let's talk about sex part 2. Um, okay, so Appleton, Wisconsin, we had some really great friends. I mean, I had, well, I had my brothers and my pop. And then we had, Scotty Johnson, Michael Burke, Dave Bray, that beautiful queen. And we had Bruce Buss. You had to fight for Bruce Buss. Johnny Gleason, Steve LaPierre, Matt LaPierre, all those guys. But now let's talk about Matt. Let's talk about when it got fun. I didn't get fun. I didn't even understand what was going on in those days. But then the boys and the girls started noticing me, and I had to grow up. So my first boyfriend was Archie Cunningham. Peace be with him. Sorry. He had a great sense of humor. Very satirical and dark, actually. I didn't know it till later. He got really mad at me that I went to Thailand without him and that I joined a cult. He thought I joined a cult. Okay, so anyway, but he taught me a lesson, that Archie Cunningham. And then he was from Racine, Wisconsin, home of Parker Penn. I'm going to take my pants off, but you're not going to see this. So anyway, it's fun to talk about fun things. Sex, when I talk about sex, it's really, let's talk about fun. Remember fun? Maybe it's because I just had fun. I just rode my bike like 3 old miles. Got some sun. I walked. I saw my friend. I jumped in the pool. Look at it. Okay, so wait a minute. Where was I? Madison, Wisconsin, 1970. I hope the camera's not in my pants. Wait. So anyway, what was I saying? So then, my first day there, this guy walks up to me. Where do you want to go from here? I was like, wow, it was Archie Cunningham. But anyway, he also was the first one to kind of break my heart in 2 ways. But one time, I wasn't really that great of a girlfriend, I don't think, one time we were walking up Bascom Hill. I was walking up Bascom Hill, and I look, and I see this cute little blonde guy flirting with this cute little young girl. He liked young, and you could tell he was having fun, and so obviously he was moving in on his next girlfriend. But I remember saying to myself, this has been a pattern in my life. All my girlfriends, I always make sure that they're with somebody else, and he was happy. I think that's the last time I saw him, until he chased me around in New York City when he found out I joined the cult. He got mad at me for trying to save the world. Okay, but this story is really about, and we have to give hats off and much respect to Mr. Barry Hughes of Auckland, New Zealand, the man who, we ate together. I mean, food. I was a vegetarian before I knew what it was, or vegan, really. We were eating fried tofu. We made meals in a walk every night. It was so fun. We had one of the biggest tofu stores in Madison, Wisconsin. It was one of, like, the Mifflin Street Co-op, which was also famous for the first, organic food co-op. This place it had tempeh tofu, every flavor. It was like a deli with all tofu products. Really good. But anyway, I passed there every day on the way home from college, and I had an apartment, and below me was Barry, and we fell in love. Okay, but now the real guy, Suave Bola, I was studying in the library, which is a really beautiful library. You might as well have been in Ivy League. It was, all the dark wood and beautiful things, and I don't even know what kind of energy I'm putting out sometimes, obviously, because this guy walks up to me. He was tall, dark, and handsome, too. Jewish, dark. I'm going to say his name, Gary Gutterman. I think he's still alive. Tell him hi. I love that guy. He was so fun. Remember that restaurant that made that Sex in the City, under the Brooklyn Bridge there? We went there. That was before he was from there. I went and visited him. Well, actually, I was in New York, too. But anyway, so he comes up to me and says something. It wasn't like, where to from here? Something like my place or yours, something like that. But anyway, I was just thinking about him because he was fun. It was the days of, he looked like Bruce Springsteen, he acted like Bruce Springsteen, and that was the time Bruce Springsteen was famous. and we saw Bruce Springsteen together, and we just had fun. And had fun, but it was very nonverbal, kind of like Barry. He was cool. I like Barry. Oh, I know what I was thinking. So then, time passed, and he was a little older than I was too, I think, and then I got recruited to go into this company called Kimberly Clark, and I go out to Connecticut, and I could tell. I mean, talk about being in a cult, man. So enter corporate America, and you'll see what a cult is, or a pyramid scheme. You want people say, "Oh, you're another one of Barb's pyramid schemes." No, corporate America. No, there's a pyramid, but that's another subject. Get into your friend's MLM. Believe me, it's a good thing. But anyway, I bet people are making money now on their MLMs since COVID. So yeah, so I started realizing I am in, this is like an enemy camp. And then I remembered Gary was in Manhattan. He had gotten a job with like the city of New York. He was like a city planner or something right down by Wall Street. And both of those guys were getting their master's degree. Oops, excuse me, I had to fart. Yes, even perfect masters. Just kidding, just kidding. Okay, do you like my flowers? They're plastic. Just kidding. Come on, I was testing you. That's not plastic. So how I got out of the firm, first of all, I auditioned for a play. I saw a sign at the gym or something, and I auditioned for like an off-Broadway play that was in somewhere in Connecticut, between like Danbury, between where I was and Manhattan. So after work, when the guys say, "Hey, you want to go for a drink? Happy hour?" I'm like, "No." Dude, I just sat next to you for 8 hours. I'm not going to go have a drink with you. So anyway, yeah, the writing was on the wall there. So anyway, I didn't even know my proclivities in those days. But I did miss smoking pot with Gary. I tell you that much. But anyway, so God guided me to this play, where of course the director was a lesbian or something, and snatched me, and I was the lead. And it was a really fun play, and I got into that world for a while, so I had somewhere to go after work all the time. And then to make people even madder, I would, instead of coming home and then going to work, I would go down to Manhattan and sleep with Gary. Now that made the guys I was a good strategist in those days. That really made the guys at work mad at me. They were like, "Where were you last night? We were stalking you, and you didn't come home." It was great. But anyway, so Gary's fun. But then it was her, but he's the kind of guy like, I'm like that too. We're both kind of boring. but at least he was, I don't know, he was cool. He was a guy. And, like we would have sex with the lights out and listening to Bruce Springsteen or something. But then I came up with an idea to spice it up. So in that way, I am a girl. And I came up with some fun thing to do. And we would go to this bar, and sometimes we'd meet there, because after a while I got a job in New Jersey, before the Connecticut thing actually, and I would meet Gary at this bar called the White Horse Bar or something like that. It was Lower Manhattan. I could get in there easy through the Holland Tunnel or whatever. Then he would come from work, and then we played this game where we would pretend like we were there alone. And like he would stand on one side of the bar and I'd stand at the other. It was like a horseshoe bar. And then guys would be checking me out, girls were checking him out, and then we would flirt across the bar. It was so funny. It was so funny. He'd say, "Hey, what's your name? Yeah, you're cute. What are you doing after this?" And we would just talk really loud, and everybody would be listening to us, so we'd walk out together. That made it fun. But anyway, I was thinking about that. So you guys have a nice time. Let's talk about. It's gonna get better, believe me. Okay, I'll tell you what prompted this movie. Let me show you something. Oh my God, I'm getting skinny here, huh? Okay, I have a nephew. Oh my God, where's that water coming from? I don't even have a dog. Who peed? Where did that come from? What the hell? Oh my God, it's this thing. Oh my God. Oh God, I left this open. Good thing I came home. Jesus. We're having a flood. It's Texas. Get a towel. Wait, nobody was hurt in the making of this movie. Doji didn't my brand new floor. My sister's gonna kill me. That floor needs to be. Good thing I came home, see? Good thing I didn't go out with Gary Gutterman. Aren't I tough? Come on. Okay, so hold on now. I got to clean this up. Look at, we averted a catastrophe, folks. Now, this is a way enlightened people. Oh, I don't have any pants on. Okay, now look at this. Oh my God, Barbara. Jesus. Oh God, excuse me, Jesus. I didn't mean to. I didn't use your name in vain. I'm just saying. Jesus help us. Okay, so here we go. Oh my God. Look at this.